I changed sports and I went to basketball and I played with some New York household names, Dale Shackelford, Marty Ann, Clive Vaughan. Some of you might know some of these folks. And then when I realized it was time to stop playing and get an education, I went to sports management, got a degree in sports management. When I came here, I actually worked in a special needs school in the PE department and realized that the cultures were so different. So I had to do some extra studying in child development and child care and understanding. What I wanted to do at that point was to marry the two together. And I just happened to be at a workshop and there was a PCA booth. Okay? And the PCA booth, this lady talked to me about it, and I was so excited because this is exactly what I wanted to do. Because I believed in it, I was very passionate about it, and it gave me a chance to talk about things that I wanted to talk about. And the few things that I want to talk about today is engaging the audience, number one, but also reading your audience through body language. Because I feel sometimes you really need to pay attention to your audience. That way you can gauge what you're going to say, what you're not going to say, okay? And also, do I need to bring you back? Why are you here in the first place? Are you motivated because of PCA? Are you motivated because you were told to be here? It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. And sometimes you can pick the folks out that are like, okay, it's over in half an hour. I've done my duty. Salutation. And I'm out of here. Okay? Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, some of the things that we need to do is to read those things. Now, let me start with body language. Excuse me, I've got my notes because I thought it was appropriate to take notes. First of all, make sure that you read the signs. Now, the biggest thing in communication is non-verbal communication. Okay? And the first thing is 55% of all communication goes through your face. Okay? 38% is your tone of voice. It's not what you say, it's how loud you speak, how soft you speak. Do you have a deep voice? Is it squeaky? And then the other 7% is simply the words. So that cliche that everybody hears, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, is true. So real quickly, so I want to make sure that I engage you. Give me the okay sign. Before we do this, is anyone from Brazil?
Let me just quickly say, you taught me this, and I decided once I got tired of doing it, and I was 78 pretty sick, and I didn't do it. The guy said, hey man, you don't want to do that, so you gotta say it every time.
Really? You've got to say it. Is anybody from Brazil? And I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so please follow along with me for a second. Everybody give the big okay. Everybody. Ruben, you can do it with your left hand. Great. Fantastic. Put it out there. Put it out there. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, great. Fantastic. Put it on your chin, please. Just put it on your chin. Yeah. Okay, good. Now, I know Kelly looked at Ruben. And then you switched, correct? Yeah. Again, reading your audience. However, the audience, the majority of the audience followed what I did and not what I said. 93% versus the 7%. Okay? The 7% paid attention to the words, which gave the cue to Kelly. So these things are huge when it comes to engaging the audience. You need to watch these things.
Phil, the first time I did it. I remember this exercise. So does this mean something bad in Brazil?
Pause it, please. Really, if you're in Rio de Janeiro, is that a pause? Okay, don't say, hey, how you doing? Because that's the middle finger in Brazil. Okay, so cultural awareness is huge as well. All right, so you've got to be very, very careful.
How do they say okay?
So, also part of reading your audience, when you engage, is also listening to what they say and how they say it. Okay? Now listen to the tone. So, for example, my friend over here, how's your day? It's going well. Okay? And with that smile of yours, it sounds like you're a happy man to me. Okay? Alan, how's your day?
It's all right.
Yeah, so it could be better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How come I answered him that way? Speak.
Because it's how he said it. He said that. He paused and said, "That's okay." He was no enthusiasm. There was no.
Great, good. Now, what is key to that, and what made you respond to me that way? What made, and also, well, actually, let me answer that question first. What made you respond that way?
That's the way I feel.
Okay. And my response to you when I heard that, how did that make you feel?
I felt you empathy, empathize.
Okay.
Is that the word?
Okay. Well, I get what you're trying to say. Okay.
So it's open-ended, he's got to respond to you too.
Okay, but it also shows that I care about his feelings. That's critical, okay? It also shows if someone's talking to me about an issue at a club or with a coach or whatever presentation I'm doing, and I hear how they respond to me, clearly it sounds like that you're happy with your coach. Now it becomes personal. Now I've engaged in that group. Does that make sense? Sure? Good? Now, the other piece, and Jim said this really good, okay, is the storytelling. The storytelling is huge. And honestly, it's an ancient art form. Okay? Go back to when you were kids.